Hey guys, how are you doing today? I hope everyone is well. I still can't believe, right? I'm doing the planning, the 2022 planning, and I still can't believe it's been a year that I've just done the last one, right? I clearly remember, I was going through what I can use from that, and it's crazy. What the heck is going on? And people say it's like with age, right? With age, it goes even quicker, and it's freaking through. And I don't even have kids. That's the nice part, right? I don't even have kids. I don't see them grow up. I don't realize that, oh my God, they are going to this school grade or level or however you call that. It's just really crazy. So let me know how you feel about this. Holiday season is coming up and New Year is coming up while I'm trying to double check if we are live. Yes, I can hear myself. That's nice. Oh yeah. And I need to check the comments there. So where are you tuning in from, guys? Hi, Eliza, how are you? How is it going? We are planning 2022. Crazy, isn't it? It's crazy, it's crazy. So let me share my screen. Let's dive into, this is part 2, guys. I will go through a little bit what we talked about in the previous one, but check out the previous one. It's somewhere here in the community. Arizona, shout out to the warm Arizona. I'm like in blankets and everything possible. I'm freezing my feet off. Let's say so. Okay, let me share my screen because that's not enough if only I see the screen. And then let's get going. Let's make 2022 count, and let's go into the whole year with a little bit more not even strategy, just with ease, right? It really, I did this last year, and it really made it easier, right? When you realize that your thingy is working, when your system is working, when the emails are out, and you don't need to worry about basic stuff, then it makes everything easier. I'm just waiting for my screen to see how I'm doing it, but you know what? I'm not waiting for that. Yes, okay, you can see it. Fabulous. I'm not sure if I'm seeing the comments, but hey ho, I will check back later. So, business planning. As usual, I like to start here, guys. This is your success journey. If you follow through with all of these steps, then you have an easier start in the whole process. If you've done the quiz, then you will come up somewhere in the 3 phases. So from knowing your superpower, you really can draw a line or really can pick the niche to create your packages. Doing something you love doing and you enjoy doing makes the difference, and it creates a whole I think a wave, right? What you can ride on, and it helps you to build your business, find ideal clients, and you really can eliminate most of the issues new business owners are coming across. So once you know your superpower, you create a package around it, you build the infrastructure to sell that, and you start generating leads, creating content, which makes it easy because you know what you are doing, because people usually, oh yeah, let's create content, but where do I start? And if they don't feel passionate about the topic, they don't know what problems they are solving, then it's just so hard. So we will go through that today, how to create content for a whole year easily and effortlessly. And basically, if you think about it, you just need, 12 longer posts. So that's really not that hard, right? If you think like, oh my God, a whole year, it's a lot, but it is not. So if you haven't done so, then sign up for the quiz. Go through from the 3 stages where you are at, and by each stage you will have at least 3 freebies with masterclass and downloadables and stuff like that to help you through those steps and to help you evolve your business quickly and easily. And even the 5K business planning, I think it's in there. To make sure that you know your pricing, you know what you are offering, you know what you need to sell and how many packages you need to sell and what is the bare minimum you absolutely cannot go below. So make sure that you check everything out and you build your business on a solid foundation. But what we cover today is questions to ask yourself, right? To prep. That's what we discussed in the previous one. Content planning for the year. I show you how I do that and then how I do that for my clients. It will be a little bit different because obviously there we are launching, right? What we most likely will not do. You just need easy peasy content, what you can schedule and make sure that you include sales as well. So easy steps to create content. I think in 2 days you can get it done. And isn't that sexy? Isn't that sexy that you know that you're good for the whole year and it doesn't matter if you don't do anything else, you know that content is going out. Obviously, getting new clients is not that easy, but at least you know you don't need to worry about. And if you miss a week or so, then it's not like you know the client goes back and there is nothing for months on your page, and that creates you know credibility and all sorts of stuff of what we need to actually sign clients. Okay, content ideas and extras. I add a little more because there are some amazing badass VAs here who are actually already doing half of these things, and then they can have a little extra. And if you feel like that, you do in 3 days, you know, a really, really amazing content planning and scheduling for yourself, and then you are just good to go. Why planning, right? It's like, oh, Agnes, yeah, I know, I need to, but why? I realize that if I'm not planned and my business energy, if you are a little bit spiritual, my business energy is power. We just need to go. And my personal energy is order. So I am the person who, whenever I feel overwhelmed, right, I need to clear the table. I need to start fresh. I have my boards. I have my paper and everything there. You can see, you know, for my IKEA where the kids are drawing on it. My niece is drawing on it and I'm just, you know, putting it up there. And I feel the freedom from the free paper, right? And I can get everything out, and then I'm, you know, again back to my balance. So that's how I manage procrastination, overwhelm, and all sorts of things. It's by planning. Once I know step by step what I need to do daily, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, is just easier, because otherwise, you know, it's like, oh my God, I need to do a whole launch. But basically today I should only focus on these 2 steps and nothing else, right? But we procrastinate because the big thing is just too overwhelming. So that's why I feel like planning is a good option. And even if you choose not to plan or not to write, create, and schedule the whole thing at once, although I kind of recommend, but if you choose not to, then, you know, put into your calendar every first of the month, spend 4 hours on creating content. You have the plan, you just need to sit down. What am I writing about? What do I need? I need 1 post, 1 email, a couple of images, and you know, you are good for the month again. But make sure that you create a habit out of that, and you don't need to start from scratch. So let's create a year of content in 2 days and relax for the rest of the 2022. Disclaimer, right? It's like, it might not be that easy. I hope and wish for you that it is, but at the end of the day, obviously we need a little bit more. But once solid content is going out, I think that that makes the difference. We are not creating fluffy content, right? We need to sell. We need people to sign up for our freebies. We need people to reach out to us. We need people to raise their hands. So those are the type of content what we are creating. And don't be afraid. It's just a couple of sentences at the end of each posts and emails. Reach out if you have any questions. These are the services I'm doing, or not even, right? I'm a virtual assistant. If you need help, reach out. And from your content, it should be clear anyways, actually, what you are offering, right? So even if you don't do anything right now, and you never created content before, even if you never went through any of these, even if your business is brand new, right? You will be able to put something out there. And if you're a badass VA, then you can do it every week. You will have enough content ideas for every week. So grab pen and paper, and then let's get going. How does that sound? I think I got yeah. My phone is hanging. Somehow my internet is not the best, even standing there, and it's not working, but hey ho. So I will get back to you guys. Feel free to ask any questions. I will get back to you and answer those questions. So last week we talked about a little bit of the preparation work, right? We are reflecting on last year. Where do you want to be next year, right? According to last year, I'm sure you learned a lot, or if you are new, it's like, oh, it would be nice to, I don't know, earn a full-time living at the end of next year, or even a little bit more. And those sorts of things really put you on a track. And once you start to reverse engineer it, it helps you to really focus on the daily activities, which actually count. I've just went through the 12 weeks year the other day, and there are a couple of strategies like that, right? That 1 year might be too long, and we overestimate and underestimate, right? We overestimate what we can do today, and we underestimate what we can do in a year. But the theory is, and there are other things like this, it's the 90-day year or something like that. The other one, not year, because that's 90-day something. It's the same, right? It's like for 1 quarter, handle it as it's 1 year. And then if you plan it for only for those 3 months, right, then you actually start doing things, because you cannot allow yourself to fail or to not to do it and stuff like that. And then you can reflect and redo it again. So basically you are batching your goal setting, your target, your reflection, and everything in quarters. But it's not like, oh, I want to earn $20,000 this year from my VA business. And then in December, right, you are not doing anything because, oh yeah, I'm fine. And then in December, you are like, oh, shoot, now I need to sell something, right? Like most of the businesses do, and most of the sales departments, right? It's like, oh, we have a 1 year plan, and then in the last quarter everyone is like, oh my god, we need to work, right? So it came from this point of view that you really need to revisit your goals and your KPIs and all sorts of things all the time. So where do you want to be next year? Do you want to or have to work according to a new timetable, a new schedule? Maybe you realized last year that I have only 4 hours a day to work on my VA business, and which includes your marketing and stuff. Maybe you realized I have only the weekends to work or start my VA business, because you still have your full-time job, or you already started earning a living out of that, and you want to increase, you want to add at least 1 or 2 clients. The kids are in the school, they are not in the school, right? So do you need some kind of change what you do differently, because it will determine, right, the money you can earn, the marketing, the amount of marketing you can do, and sorts of things. What is your income goal? Do we need to raise the price? Do we need to create new packages? What packages are you offering? What problem do you solve for your client, and what freebies do you already have? Or don't panic if you don't have one, but if you have a freebie, the last 3 one is mostly for the content you will be creating. And also things like, you know, do you need new boundaries? Are there clients? Have you learned anything about your proposal onboarding, about the things, how you ask for money, about your calls? You know, we have a new year. This is a new line, what you can draw, and this is the new things where you can, okay, we can really start fresh. What have you learned from your existing clients? What were the most frequently asked questions? What do they praise you about? You know, have you got any reviews, or what made them happy? What task were they the most grateful for, and stuff like that. This will not just determine your daily operation, your package's price, but also, you know, the content, what type of content you want to put out. So this is where kind of the things what we talked about last time. So how I start my planning is always grabbing a calendar, right? And everything, you know, it's like, you know, that you don't like to work on your birthdays, the kids' birthdays, you know, that you usually need to do this and that. Before that, you have holidays, you have school holidays and all sorts of things. I will upload somewhere, this is linked actually, so you will be able to download this one, or just really Google Calendar, right? Or even I think here in Canva you can add something like let me see, you can add something like elements and calendar. Even in Excel you have calendar 2022. So don't you know, don't hang up on back in the days I used to find one, whatever, Google it. And this one is linked, so I'm most likely, maybe if you want, I will share this, and then you can actually download it. So grab your calendar, add all of the birthdays, the school holidays, the normal holidays, right? It's like, you know, when you go on holiday, when you plan going on holiday, when your husband is on holiday and you're supposed to work, right? We all know that it's not working like that. It's like, oh my God, those are the days when you think that you can do stuff, but you can't, right? Go through month by month, week by week, day by day, make sure that you have a good understanding. It helps you, you know, keep your projects focused. You will know that, oh, okay, these are the days when I'm not able to work that much. Maybe, you know, every Monday you do your content creation, but you realize that, okay, in February there will be 2 Mondays where, you know, you have something else coming up, or you know that you are baking the cakes, this and that. So it just helps you to keep yourself organized, not just your business, but yourself too. Here you have the UK and the US holidays. I'm not familiar with you guys in the US and in other countries. In the UK, it's pretty straightforward. But make sure that you add those days. Those are also great content ideas, right? It's like St. Patrick's Day. Everyone loves St. Patrick's Day. And then also, you know, think about those type of things. Maybe if one of the days it's St. Patrick's Day, right? It's like everyone is drunk. Then maybe you schedule the post for another day, or maybe you send the email, the sales email, that one, right? Because that counts. If you send only one a month, then make sure these are on days where people are actually active. Or maybe it's a good idea to send them if they are, I don't know, at home scrolling through their emails. So think about those type of things as well. And then if you want to do a weekly email, then you know, just grab or draw or screenshot or whatever, something easy like this, and then you can add the topics for each day or each week and each month, and then you are good to go. So how we create content: list all of the packages you offer, right? All of the freebies you already have. See if they are congruent with the packages what you offer, and then what are the problems what you solve, because that will determine, you know, the content what you are creating, right? We need to talk about the things what people need help with, and we need to talk about the problems what you help them solve, right? We just need 10 topics, right? If you want to have only one a month, then 12 topics a month are just fine. If you are a pro, then you can break it down to 4 subtopics, and I will give you examples as well. So do nothing else, stop the video, just go through, list all of your services, your freebies, and what you are offering, and then list approximately 12 topics, the problems about what you solve. For example, which one of you guys should I think about? Right? With Bella, we are doing podcast management, right? So everything about podcasting, about the reach, about creating, about tech, what comes to podcasting. If you are a social media manager, right? What are the things people don't think about? What are the platforms? What is the tech? What is the how do you create content? How do you plan your content? How do you schedule your content? Trends, all sorts of things you can think about and talk about, right? Just list down, don't even think about it, just list down the 12 topics. People struggle with time, think about, time management. People struggle with getting lost in the nitty-gritty. Write down everything you can think of about that. And then go through, if you had a business last year, if you were creating content last year, go through the best performing stuff you had, because why do you want to reinvent the wheel? Why do you want to, make extra work? I don't even remember what I posted 3 months ago. I'm not expecting any of you remember what I posted 3 months ago, right? Which means our reach is shitty anyways, so we really can reuse the content, repurpose the content what we created. And if back in the days, there are people, they need to see 7 times, I think it's even 17 or whatever, the numbers are going up and up, right? When they need to see that, how often they need to see that. So at the end of the day, you can reuse your content. Maybe check that if you need to rewrite it or rephrase it a little bit, make it evergreen, right? It's like, oh, next week we have whatever holiday is coming up. Make sure when the post is going out there or the email is being sent, make sure that it is really the next week, or it's still relevant, or it's like, oh, on Tuesday we have Valentine's Day, but yeah, this year it might not be on Tuesday, right? So make sure that those things are, if you're grabbing old stuff, make sure that the links are still working, that the offer is still okay. Maybe you just need to change the call to action. But with these, right, with the services, the freebies, what you talked about, and with the posts, what you already have, you are, I think, good to go. You really can easily grab 12 topics. And then go through months, right? If it's not enough, then go through the months, what are the themes? What are the hardships, right? I will go through that. I will give you an example with how I, just mapped out in 10 minutes. Go through the holidays, right? Each month has some kind of holiday, memorial days and memorial things. What people can, talk about, or it's a thing. Things your clients are interested in, right? Maybe events, what they want to attend, or online events, summits, stuff like that, which might be interesting for them. And then the hashtag days, right? We have the hashtag days, the Kiss Your Dog Day, or whatever. I'm not even sure if that's a thing. It should be. Let's do that. June 13th is my birthday, so let's make it a Kiss Your Dog Day. But there are those days here. This is linked as well, so I might share with you guys the test. This one is a template, right? So you can click it. It's the whole year from Louise I don't know, you know, give her credit for that, but that's like, right, Elvis Presley's birthday, the Martin Luther King Day, get to know your customers day, and those type of things, right? If you don't have any other ideas, then just grab one from the month and then talk about that. But tons and tons of content, right? Pick the best ones, the ones what your client would enjoy, what your client's client would enjoy, right? And then talk about that, give them ideas what they can actually talk about. So by now you really should have 12 topics and 12 ideas to talk about. But here's a quick example. I really mapped it out, guys, when I was writing it in 10 minutes. If you don't have any content or proper freebie or packages, right, then just talk about these type of things. But remember, we need to sell at the end, right? If you really just send one email for the whole month, then make sure that they schedule a call, make sure that the call to action is something like, if you need any help, I offer this and this package. Make it evergreen, because sometimes it happens, right, that you realize, oh, I need to change my packages. You change your links, you change your package, and then, you know, if in November something goes out where the link is not working anymore, then it's not helpful. So offer those type of things what people might need help with. What people might be able to use, you know, even in November as well. Okay, so for example, this is what I came up with without the hashtags and without anything, right? What happens in January? Everyone is New Year's resolution type of thingy, right? And then you can talk about, do you remember last year? How do you plan to do it differently this year? How do you want to do it? And the call to action could be, yeah, save time. Here, I'm a VA. I can help you with this and this, right? February is all about love and relationships. You know, we might want to remind people that they can spend more time with their loved ones. They need to plan, they need to I'm a VA. I can, you know, if you are an admin VA, maybe you can tell them you can research this and that, or you can tell a story where you help the client to research the best restaurants and how their amazing thingy turned out, right? Or you ordered this or that for the client, or, you know, even if you had the background in office times, right? Or yeah, you know what I mean. Then you can add that you know, it was so cute how you organized this and that, or you ordered the bouquet for the wife of your boss and stuff like that, right? Where they realize that, oh, that's a good idea, or oh yeah, I might need a VA. It's like last year I forgot this and that, right? So remind them. Example. March, spring is coming, right? Spring cleaning in your house, in your business, reflect, plan the next quarter, right? April, Easter and rebirth. I'm not sure when Easter is, but let's say it's in April, right? Then rebirthing, and I'm sure you would be able to find a hashtag which goes with the month. Also, when you don't really have idea, then you can talk about your freebie or your package, or a review or a testimonial from a client, and all sorts of, give a shout out to a client, and these type of things, right? May, excited about summer, right? That's what I do. Prep for the summer, right? Holidays are coming, kids are out of school soon, so, you know, hire someone to help you out while you have the kids at home. Or if you are an admin VA, then, you know, let me help you book travel, or maybe not these days, but hopefully by then it will be something. I miss traveling. June, holiday season is on. You know, you can talk about the beaches, a city break, anything travel related, plan with the kids, plan for your business, you know, so survive while the kids are at home, while your husband is at home, and all sorts of things. We do need a VA to keep us really on track, right? And how amazing is that when you can just let go and business is going while I'm on holiday, right? Because the VA is taking care of everything. July, 4th of July, freedom. Half a year went by, right? Let's summarize what we achieved. Let's see what are the goals, where we are at. Don't panic last minute. We still have a couple of months going to reach those goals. August, 5 months left, right? School starts soon. Next month, make sure that you survive the next couple of months. Let's take some stuff off of their shoulder. September is school time. Do you have extra time? Are you getting back to normal schedule, or what would you do differently next year, right? Let's just reflect on the last couple of months or weeks. These are also every year, somehow we forget, right? It's like, don't launch in January, don't launch in December. People are already in November, people are already starting to buy stuff for Christmas. So that's more important than actually buying stuff for themselves or to build the business or things like that. So if you can somehow keep track of all of the, basically, I think last year we realized that we have only 2 or 3 months in the year to be quote unquote properly launched, and there is nothing major going on. Other hand, right, people are saying if your offer is great and you can launch anytime, but because you are VAs, you need to sell yourself on an ongoing basis. So, but maybe your client needs to be reminded of the launch phases and dates and stuff, because in August you already should get started with preparation for launching. September, school time. October, last quarter, reflect on your business, on the goals. Holiday season is coming up, or you already should, as a business owner, get started with managing a new person, managing the chaos. And then November, December is Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, holiday season, New Year's planning, right? And then we are done. So feel free to grab any of those ideas. Just write a post, a long post or a long email, or even if it's not long, right? Just write something and schedule. If you only write 10 emails on long posts, schedule them on Facebook or wherever, right? You can use it for everything. Add after each poster or email a call to action to book a free call or link or website or something, and you are kind of covered, to be honest, right? Let's say it takes you 2 days, right? You sit down, you map it out, then you maybe write the first part, and then you leave a couple of emails or posts for the end. The next day you sit down, you create images, and you schedule it, and then that means you are done and you are good to go, right? So this is the bare minimum, guys. This is the bare minimum. If you want to stop here and you feel like, okay, this is overwhelming enough, then stop here. We will go from there. If you feel like you really have it on and this is easy peasy, let's bring it on, Agnes. Because I have tons of ideas. You can break it down, right? We have for each month the topics. You can break it down for 4 subcategories or subtopics, right? I gave this example for January. New Year's resolution was the idea, and then what's your technique to keep your New Year's resolution? That's week 1. Week 2, your story about the most successful and least successful New Year's resolution. People love stories, and then you can add hire a VA to help you to make sure that you can eliminate everything that doesn't help you to keep going on, right? How would you, week 3, how you can outsource and make yourself less busy, more focused on the relevant New Year's resolution, right? You're selling straight, you don't really need too much, because you are giving them tips and tricks and whatever and story and something to read every week. it's week 4. Are you still on track, right? So you can hold them accountable if you want to. This is just an example, right? If you are a social media manager, for example, and your topics are, you know, let's build trust, right? Then each week you can put out something like, okay, let's build trust with videos. Let's open a quick video. Let's talk to people. When they see you, then, you know, they know that you're a real person. That's week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Okay. In February, let's talk about client appreciation. I've seen somewhere we have a client appreciation week. Here every week I will send you something about how you can appreciate your clients more, right? Give them a shout out. Week 1, you talk about this and that. So you can really break down those main topics to 4 different topics, and then you have everything for the week. Or you have the 12 topics. That's for 1 week, right? And maybe you can add a tech tip every month, right? It's like tech tip for January, tech tip for February, right? So for example, I know, ladies, some of you work with ActiveCampaign, LearnDash, Kartra, whatever, right? Buffer, all of those, Canva, right? Give them 1 tip a month, right? This is the best things I love about this and that, right? It can be 1 platform and you can give 12 tips. I'm pretty sure you can come up with that. Or you can actually, you know, for each month, give a best platform. And then that's your topic. So you have the main topics, and then you have tech tips. You can have best platforms. You can have the, you know, raise your engagement tip of the month, right? And then you just need to list 12 tech tips, or 12 raise your engagement tips, or 12 best platforms to use for your business, or 4 quotes for you to use and schedule this month, right? Quote of the month. So that's mostly for you guys who help with social media, for example. You send the email subscriber 4 quotes what they can use in their business. Do you think it's helpful, right? With people who are struggling with tech, right? So pick 1 from the list, and then you know, just write down 12 from those, and then, you know, you have 2 weeks of content already, right? With the previous one and this one. Or you pick 2 because you know tech tips and you know platforms, and then you have actually from the month 3 months covered, and then 1 week is for, you know, referrals, affiliates. What we can do actually as well, guys, if you would like to, some people feel like referring someone else is easier. And we have 10% affiliate referral fees, commissions. So let me know if you are interested in that. You can add every month, every other month, every 3 months, whatever you want, you know, some affiliate things, what you really believe in. I only recommend that if you really believe in that person, that product, that platform. But how nice is that to earn a little bit of money just by posting someone or sending an email, right? So you can leave 1 week for fresh content, and then you are good to go for 1 month, right? How does that sound? Are you eager? Let me know. Are you eager to do these type of things? Are you pumped up how easy it gets? Because I have more ideas. You know, you can add something like what they can use, like the quotes, or the post ideas, or content ideas, or you can have a planner sheet, right? What they can print out with your logo, so you know you are in their mind. Every month you send a new one, some kind of printable stuff, or hashtags for the month, right? What I've just researched for you, right? You can put it on a Canva image and send it through an email or something every month, and they can use it for their clients, right? You can schedule the posts and the emails at the beginning of the month and let them know that you know, there is every month something to open my emails, and if you need more help, then schedule a call with me, and then I can schedule it for you, right? If you are a badass, and I know that you are, right, you can create a freebie out of that. Sign up, and every month you schedule the emails. You are in scheduling mode anyways. Here's a landing page, you know, in MailerLite, ActiveCampaign, everywhere, MailChimp, you can create a landing page. People sign up, and then they get every month a new printable, or every month a new, you know, set of quotes or set of hashtag days and those type of things. And then that's a great freebie, if that makes sense in your niche for your client, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is it, guys. I really do hope that you have 10,000 ideas by now, and your only problem will be, it's like which one to eliminate, but put it out there and then go through with a fresh eye and think about your client, your offers, which one can you connect the best and the easiest to your content, and then go from there. Even if you feel right now that, oh, I have tons of ideas, Agnes, fabulous, let me do that. I encourage you to do one set of 12 first, right? It's like the main topics or your main best performing ones, or make sure that you don't forget sales. And then once that's done, then go back to the second idea, to the tech tips, to the platforms and those type of things, right? I don't want you to end up like I did, I think 2 years ago or something, right? It's like, I was like, oh yes, we are doing it. I sit down, I went through the templates, I created the 6 months, actually 6 emails I was scheduling, and then like, oh, tomorrow I will continue. Guess what? I never finished it. So that's why I'm like, okay, sit down, do the 12 at first, and then after that, if you still feel encouraged and enthusiastic, and then do the next set. I don't want you to, you know, create only for 3 months and then after that nothing. This is the whole year planning. So I hope that helps. So review last year. Pick the new goals, determine what you want to sell, and what are the topics you want to cover or you need to cover in order to attract your client. Reuse what you already worked on, or what actually already worked in posts, or engaged your ideal client. Maybe you know that after someone watched this video or read this post, right, they scheduled a call or they DM'd me. Then use those type of things to make sure, you know, you never know, maybe next time someone sees it and 2 people will DM you, right? Map out the calendar year, right? You know how much time you have to work, how much time you need to work on your business, when are the days and weeks when it's busier, when you really don't want to maybe work on your own marketing. It's enough to maintain the clients, and it's enough to you know, keep your head above water. And then pick the 12 topics, write them and schedule them. And if you still feel like that, then add the extras and add the, you know, add the extra little bits and pieces, and the, what's that called, and the freebies and stuff like that, right? This is it, guys. If you're still not sure, then we will have a workshop next week, $39. If you are Inner Circle member, then it is free. The Inner Circle membership is $29 per month, and then we can hop on a Zoom together, and then we can review your topics, and then we can start working on that, right? Scheduling and creating. But I think where most of us actually without feedback get stuck is like, oh my God, Agnes, does it make sense? Is it congruent? Do you think it's good, right? That's what we can do on the workshop that we finalize. We will most likely challenge you, and you know, it's like, oh, okay, does it make sense? Is it congruent? What is the problem? What you solve with that? And then after that, you are just clear and you are just ready to go. Okay. If you need more, if you really don't have any idea and you are like, I have no idea, then let's hop on a call, and then we still have the free complimentary calls. So let's hop on a call, and then I help you map out in 15 minutes. We can just go from there, and then you have the basics out. And you know, sometimes one-on-one times and one-on-one calls are more helpful. We don't need that much time. Okay, if you have any questions, please feel free. Let me double check, or I totally lost, I think, my comments. It's frozen, but I will check them out. And even if you are watching, you know, the replay, then feel free to ask questions, and we go from there. Add #workshop if you are interested in the workshop, and then I will send you the link. Okay, for the $39, guys, to map out your whole year, I think it's good. It's helpful. It's really helpful to have someone to give you feedback and to have someone to think with you. And sometimes I even see that, you know, just speaking out loud helps a lot, right? When you are not in your head, when you have someone to give you feedback, sometimes just saying that much, that, oh, I think it's a great idea. And it's like, oh, really? Yes, it is. So let's do that, right? It helps a lot. So feel free to reach out. Thank you very much, guys. Have an amazing day. This was the workshop for December for planning your whole year. And if you are watching this later, right, you can use the exact same method for a quarter. You don't need to start it in January, right? You can start where you are at and then go from there for the whole next year, or for the whole next 12 months. So don't wait until the end of the year to revisit and recreate and start creating. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Have an amazing day, and speak to you soon. Bye.